Welcome. Well, we are now down on the River Orwell in Suffolk. This is a very interesting landscape here. We are actually at Pin Mill, and specifically the Button Oyster, which has a great deal of history to it. But we've come to photograph some of the old wrecks, the old boats that have been put out to grass a bit further down on the shoreline. But a little bit of history here. The Admiralty Courts first held at the Button Oyster in 1546, and then by 1552 the water bailiffs and the bargees at the port of Ipswich. Also, you may or may not know that Arthur Ransom spent some time at Alma's Cottage just up the road and based two of his books, We Didn't Mean to Go to Sea and Secret Water, here at Pin Mill. And indeed, the Button Oyster, Pin Mill itself, is considered one of the most beautiful places in Suffolk, as barges would have been going up and down the Orwell on their way to and from the Thames, or collecting loads from the big ships which would have anchored nearby at Butterman's Bay and come down to Ipswich. It was also known, of course, for its smuggling, which is interestingly noted to be referred to as an industry rather than a crime. And Will Lord, a smuggler and boyfriend of the local legend Margaret Catchpole, was said to have used the Button Oyster for these means. So lots and lots of history there. But we will be walking down to the shoreline and round the Button Oyster as the tide has gone out sufficiently so we can walk round to where the houseboats are. Some very, very nice houseboats, very desirable. And then it all changes as we get a bit further down, is where this is the part of the shoreline that is used for scrappage. Basically, the old boats of all kinds are put out to grass and just lay there to rot into the riverbed. Great shame. Some very interesting boats, some very interesting shapes, but of course it makes it very interesting for us photographers. Good subject matter. So we will walk down a bit further and have a look, and I will say a bit more about the photography as we go along. Okay, here we are looking downriver, and this image is taken in RAW format, and the next image you see will show half and half from the RAW format to it being developed, and what the difference is. As you see, you can bring out the colours, the shadows, etc. as this last image of the river gives you a fairly good idea, I hope. Here we are getting ready to take our images and setting up ready. This is what the first image looked like. This is in a RAW format, and the next image is what it looks like after we've enhanced it somewhat. As you can see, quite a difference. Here we are setting up the composition for this shot, and to get the framing correct. The light is not the best, but it's the best we can do under these circumstances. You make do and mend, and we have the technology to be able to do that. So we get on with the shot, and you will see it's quite cluttered with old boats resting against old boats and parts of boats and wreckage. So we need to get rid of some of that. It's down to getting the frame and the cropping right. And then we look at the colour, and we can enhance and draw a colour out. And also we can either enhance what sky we have, and if there's not much in the way of sky, then of course we can replace the sky as necessary, and sometimes it is, and it gives us the sort of image that we're looking for. But most of the time, as photographers, we're looking, or we see in our mind's eye, a particular style, atmosphere, and usually it's and to set a mood. It's creating a particular mood for the image makes all the difference, and we all have different ideas how to go about this, but what I accomplished in the end I'm very satisfied with. You may or may not agree with me on that, but I'm quite happy with it. And as you will see, I've taken some shots which include both of the boats here, and then I concentrated on one subject, which was the boat with the mast, which gives a far more atmospheric content. You can frame that up and give it a reasonably moody sort of atmosphere, which I think I accomplished. But have a look, see what you think. I hope you enjoyed our day out, as we certainly did. The weather could have been a little brighter, but nonetheless it was an interesting day, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe as well, that would be good, so you would then hear from us when the next video comes out. If you subscribe, you get notification. It doesn't cost you anything. So thanks again, see you on the next video. All the best, keep well, bye for now.